Okay, so at this point in Steph Curry's career, the question is, how close is he to becoming the greatest point guard in NBA history? And now, of course, a real discussion that I'm not going to get into too much today is, would you really classify Steph Curry as a point guard? Because technically he doesn't really play point. He did at one point. He's pretty much more of an off-the-ball player now. But just for the sake of this conversation, because it is a topic that has been broached many times, just based off players that are listed at the point guard position, where would you rank him all time? Do you guys have him number one already? Now, me personally, I do not. As you guys know, I'm an advocate for old school players that have came before my time, and I give them their props. I give them their respect for what they were able to accomplish during the time period that they played. That's just me. But Steph Curry is moving upwards, not even just as a point guard, but just as an all-time great player. Steph Curry, to me, is a top 20 all-time great player. There's no doubt about it. And some people may have him higher. Of course, we can get into that conversation as well. But for right now, we're just going to talk about how close he is to being regarded as the number one point guard in NBA history. And what he's accomplished thus far in the time period he's played, he could retire right now. And as I said before, he's an all-time great already. Of course, he's not going to retire. And, barring injury, he does have more to accomplish, and I think he will. This year so far, he's gotten out to an outstanding start. The Warriors as a whole, they have a great team, a great collection of talented players on that team on both ends of the floor. And, of course, Steph Curry's impact is really non-parallel. There's never been a player that has played like him and has the same type of impact that he has on the game. He is the front runner for this year's MVP thus far. There's no doubt about that. It is still early, but just saying thus far, he is the front runner. I don't think anybody will really dispute that. But we'll see how the season goes. Let me say this. If he has another MVP, if he wins another MVP this season, and let's say the Warriors go on to win a championship and he gets that finals MVP. Now, me personally, I do believe that Steph Curry should have won the finals MVP in 2015 over Iguodala. No disrespect to Iguodala. I think he should get credit for the way he guarded LeBron. It doesn't matter how many points LeBron really scored. Of course, LeBron was going to go for broke in that series. He had injuries on his team. He averaged 35 points. He put up his all-around numbers. He almost averaged a triple-double. That's what LeBron does. We know about LeBron. But he had to work to do what he had to do. The man only shot 39% in that series, 39.5%. And that's because Iguodala was guarding him and making him work. Of course, we know the attention was more on him, but I'm just saying, I'm not taking away from Iguodala. I'm giving him his credit. But Steph Curry, offensively, he did carry that team. He did not have a bad finals. I don't care what nobody says. 2015, Steph Curry had a very good finals. Now, you might not give him the credit because they did defeat a team that was, hampered. But either way, they should have gave him the finals MVP in that series. They definitely should have not gave it to LeBron. People like to say LeBron deserved to win it even though he lost. There's no point in NBA history, in my opinion, where a player should have won, because we know Jerry West got it in 69, but I disagree that a player should have ever won while being on a losing team. The finals MVP is the MVP on the winning team. On the winning team. I don't care if their stats were not as unbelievably great as a player on the losing team. Your team won, and without your contributions, your team might have lost. If LeBron James was not on that team, they would have lost. They lost with him on the team. All right? It has to be about winning. Being valuable has to, be correlated with winning. But, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. I think it deserves to go to somebody that was on the winning team. But anyways, though, yeah, Steph, in my opinion, should have won that. And if he gets another one this year, in my opinion, just me, that would give him 2, but this will be his first official one. Point being, the conversation is going to start to be more wide open. Like, I think a lot of times when we have these debates, people are premature. When they say a certain player has surpassed another player, like I said, I give credit to old school players. Magic Johnson's a 5-time champion, a 3-time finals MVP, a 3-time regular season MVP. He deserves that number one spot. His impact is right there with Steph Curry's, but just in a different way. Because if you play with Magic Johnson, everybody on this floor is a threat to score the basketball because of his court awareness, his court vision, and the way he enjoys getting his teammates involved and bringing the best out of them. All right. That's why the Lakers got that nickname Showtime. Because when he got on that fast break, anybody was a threat. So, the defense was always guessing. Steph Curry, the same thing, just in a different way. You never know how to approach it all the times, because as soon as you start keying in on him, he has so much gravity on the floor, man. He can stretch the floor out so much. And if you go out there and try to guard him, he can get past you. Somebody steps up, somebody's open. He moves around without the ball so much. Multiple players start keying in on him so he doesn't get open. Somebody else is open. Somebody's always open with both of these players that I'm talking about. But Steph Curry has to accomplish a bit more for me to say he's ranked on Magic Johnson's level or potentially ahead of him. But he'll be right there if he gets a 4th championship, if he ties him in MVP awards. He's up there, man. I love Steph Curry. I love what he brings to the game. And I'm sure he does a lot for the NBA in regards to just his style of play. How amazing it is to watch him play. He draws a lot of attention. He brings in a lot of, he brings more to the NBA with his style of play in terms of, of the fan base that the NBA has. All right, that level of excitement. This man is, always in the discussion for being a 50, 40, 90 shooter, and he's taking the wildest jump shots in NBA history. It's really unbelievable, man. He's so efficient as a player, and he's taking some of the most difficult jump shots. So, Steph Curry, he's moving on up on that all-time list in general. Where will he finish by the end of his career? Who knows? I'm not going to necessarily say he's going to be number 1 all-time. In regards to point guards, he has to do it. Magic Johnson was in the league 12 years, fully healthy seasons. I'm not counting that 96 season, really, when he came back, played for a little bit. But he's played 12 years. He participated in 9 finals. So his level of dominance overall as a player, each year his team was a contender. So, but yeah, I just wanted to make this video about, the Steph Curry conversation in regards to where he ranks all time as a point guard. I think it is a great discussion, where he might finish. I'm excited to see. But we do have a podcast coming up soon on my Instagram page next Monday. That might be one of the topics we cover. There's going to be another topic that we do cover, though, and that's going to be another video that I come out with this week. And we might cover the Steph Curry topic on Monday, but if you guys don't follow me on Instagram already, follow me at trademark with 5 underscores at the end. That's 5 underscores at the end. And, I'm going to let you guys know whenever we're going to have a podcast. And you don't want to miss out on that. So I hope everybody had a blessed day thus far. And once again, all glory be to God. Thank you again.